Welcome to the fifth recording, I believe, for your Weebly websites. The next thing that I'm going to walk you through is actually adding text features such as titles and subtitles and all of that stuff to your website. So I think the best place to start that would definitely be your overview. So if you go to your overview, you're going to see that you have 3 subpages there. You have causes, environmental impacts, and solutions. So all of these, you have really good information from your research articles that could really just be inserted there with the knowledge that you have to integrate everybody's work seamlessly here. So you want to make sure that everybody contributes. So you want to look at each of the research articles and figure out which causes should go with other causes and how you can combine all of your work seamlessly so that your causes section looks really good, and then again in your environmental impacts and then your solutions, right? So I'm just going to click on causes, and just like my layout always does, it has a headline and then it has a subheadline. So I'm going to say causes of biomagnification, and then this section will outline the causes of the topic of biomagnification. Excellent. Okay. So you can choose to do these, you can choose not to do these, and you just kind of skip down to the bottom. Anything is fine. So if you scroll up to basic, you can put things in like titles, and then you can put text in after that. Okay, so if you put a title here, you can say maybe the first cause of biomagnification is pollution. Remember, I haven't actually researched this, so I'm not really sure if that's a true statement. And then you would just go ahead and you could copy and paste info from your research articles, right? But the main thing you want to do is make sure they are connecting, everyone's ideas from your group. Don't just copy and paste one of your work. You want to actually make sure that everybody's contributing, and the best way to do that is actually kind of look at what everybody has and then put it all in here, and then you can just work on making it a little bit more seamless, making it look a little bit more put together instead of just a bunch of random stuff together, right? So you're going to do the same sorts of things every time. So say I want to go work on environmental impacts, say environmental impacts of biomagnification. Very cool. All right. So then you can just do a subtitle. This is how biomagnification impacts our environment. Remember, we can use voice techniques here, which means you can use things like our and you and all that stuff. Perfect. And then let's see what this choose a layout thing does. Ooh, very cool. Okay, so if you're interested in using one of these, you can totally try them. It's cool they use a lot of pictures. That might be helpful. Remember, we're going to think about text features and what our audience knows. And a lot of times if our audience doesn't know much about our topics, one of the really great ways to get them to understand it is actually use visual supports or images. So you might want to consider using one of these as well. Maybe not that one as much. But any of these look pretty good. You can think about these, and you can kind of click through and see what they have. Menu, so you don't really need that. Services, probably not so much. But all this other stuff, you might want to just kind of like check around and see what it's got. Otherwise, you can go simple, just like I did. Pull over some titles, pull over some text, copy and paste, do all that good stuff. So that is how you start actually adding in the text to your website. You can do the same thing with images. So if you do want to add text features like images, drag an image over. So now you would have your title, then you'd have some text, and then you would have an image. Really cool. Starts making sense of your information for your reader. And then you want to make sure that you actually save everything at the end. You don't want to just forget to do that. So you want to hit publish up at the top when you're ready to do that. Beautiful. Use your subdomain. Everything's excellent. Continue. Let's see. Sometimes it makes you do this. Make sure I'm not a robot. Publish my site. Cool. So now you can actually look and see what your website published would look like. Look how snazzy that is. Okay, I would actually probably go back and fix that survey, which doesn't make any sense anymore. Overview, causes, environmental impact solutions, student articles. Remember we started to do this, now it's just got a bunch of stuff about Common Core, which doesn't relate whatsoever. And then shifting baselines, which you just learned about. Empty, but that shifting baselines assignment you did today should help you out. Health impacts, haven't done that yet, but you should have some information from your research. So this is the end of the 5th video, but I will see you in the next video to go over some more information to complete your weekly.